So what we're going to do now is we're going to put some oil in this thing. Oil up those bushings. So I think what I'll do, because I want to get a nice lot of oil in there, I'm going to take this out, because that hole's pretty small. We're just going to take that out. Take that out. As you can see, that hole's a lot bigger. So what I think, we're just going to put some nice oil in there. Okay, so let that drip down in there. I don't see it going down in there. Well, while that's going, we'll put some in here. Seeing as they're dry, I'm putting quite a bit in. Okay. Spin that around in there. I want those bushings to get nice and oily. Probably would have been a good idea to put some oil on them before I put this shaft in there, but there you go. Hindsight's 20/20, right? Also, you need to put some Vaseline on here, and that's going to help. So this block here, this block right there, won't wear out as fast. See, that's when that wears out, that changes. Obviously, it's going to bring your point gap closer and closer. Well, it's nice and full. Spinning that around, let that sit there for a bit. Put that on there. And I found another one of these in the gap. The gap works pretty darn good. So we can put that on there, and then I got another one of these. So we're going to let that sit there for a while and let that soak in. That's what we're going to do. Okay. So what we're going to do in here is I'm just going to clean this up a bit, but I'm going to clean these little point things in there. Clean those heads up a little bit. So I got some very fine steel wool. I'm just taking the grime off it so you get a better spark. A little bit of spark here, a little bit less there, and then pretty soon she's not running good. Yeah. Yeah, so Frankie came out of me wanting to have a pickup truck. Now, I had a pickup truck. It was a 1929, which I have a video on that. It had a box on the back that was kind of used for a telephone company back in the day. And it was fun. It was a nice, I used to call it my little service truck. And when I moved from California to here, Of course, I couldn't take everything because if I had a 1930, which I'm going to do video on too, a 1930 Model A four-door sedan, and that car was unmolested. It was original, had original upholstery, original paint, pinstripe, whole thing. And she ran like a top. That was a real temptation to keep that one because, you know, they're kind of scarce to get them where nobody's taking them apart. And this car had never been taken apart. As a matter of fact, God bless me because I found two of them. Before that, I had a 1928, after 1928. I had a 1928 four-door sedan. It was a Briggs body. I'll do a video on that too. And that one was all original. It'd been sitting in a garage for like 42 years and up on blocks kind of thing. And when I got it, the engine was seized up, so I put that Miracle Oil in there. And every day I put the crank in, every day I just stood on it. And then about day 5, she let go. And so I cranked it and just got that nice oil lubricating all through there. And then when did a little electrical work on it because the ignition wasn't working properly, so I had to put a new one of those in. But not a lot of work. And started that thing up, and that car ran beautifully. That car just ran great. One of the best cars I think I'd ever had for running. And it was kind of unique. It had a vent on the side of the cowling in the front, underneath the gas tank. On the driver's side, it had a vent that opened up. I had never seen one of those before, so consequently, you know, I said, well, I got one of those. So I went online, I did some research, and I found some pictures of them, but there's not a lot of them around. So this car was quite unique. It had that in there too. But well, we got rid of her too. Yeah. And so Frankie came up. Well, I needed a truck, and I wanted a proper pickup so I could, you know, go to the store and get stuff and throw it in the back of the pickup, you know, because I've got cars that are not very big, so you can't put stuff in them. So anyway, that's where Frankie came about. And I got different stuff, but anyway, we built her up, and we'll talk more about that because I've got a video on that, so we'll put that up there too. But I thought it might be interesting. Okay, so this is about ready. This distributor is about ready to put in the truck. So we're gonna put that in Frankie and see how she likes it. Okay, well, we're gonna put her in the truck. I oiled this lower shaft up. I put some oil down inside there just to get some lube in there. So I'm dropping her down, taking the screwdriver and find her seat at home down there. There she is. Okay, now she's sitting down there. All right. So we got to take the ignition. This is the old one here. Got to take the ignition out, switch out of it. I've got a pop out in this one, by the way. Pop out switch, which is kind of cool. There we go. So you can see this one has the coil on the top. It's quite a different setup. The whole thing is it's a different setup. Okay. I think I'm going to put a little anti-seize on that distributor. We got some anti-seize here. Okay. So then we got the anti-seize on there. So now we got to put the ignition in. And sometimes say, don't screw it in too far. Well, we don't have to worry about that because we have that beautiful condenser on the bottom. Okay. That anti-seize kind of like, I don't know, it's like almost like an aluminum, it feels like. Kind of gets all over you. That's all right. That's why they make soap. That's what my wife says all the time. All right. So let's drop that in there. So let's get this like so. That off there. We'll take that, put it in there. Now this is really long on this thing, so I think I gotta tighten up that screw in there. Well, after some fiddling, I got her in, and that's good. That's nice and seated down in there. So then we take our screwdriver and we tighten the screw in. She ain't moving. I'm going to take this and just tighten the nut to hold it in place. Again, it don't take much. That's plenty. Okay. So we got that in. Cam is loose, which is good. Now we're going to try that little trick I said. I'm going to put that on there like so. Take the cam and set it like so. I got to get my key there. So I'll be right back. So this is a great tool. If you don't have one of these, you should get one. They're really good. I didn't have one for a long, long time, and then I finally bought one, and I'm so glad I did. So we'll put that like that. Take that off there like that. Gonna hold that in its place. And we'll tighten that down. Pop that on there again. That's pretty close. All right. We can get rid of that. Put that on. I'm just curious to see if it'll start if I don't time it properly. You know, if it's Like let's say you're on the road and something happens. I don't know, maybe you could do that. Maybe you don't have a way of, maybe you don't have a wrench to take that timing pin out. Maybe cows can fly. All kinds of stuff. Okay. Like that. We'll take this. Pop that on there. That's all set. Feels kind of loose there. Maybe I should bend these wires a little. Maybe bend these a bit. They seem a little bit loose here. Let's bend those a bit. Tighten them up. That's better. That's better. Hook up my plugs. Oh, gotta get our spark advance going on here too. Sorry about that, folks. Got a little bit ahead of myself. Let's get the spark advance going here. Okay. There we go. Get that on. Put the clips on. Hook up my plugs. Put my coil wire in. Well, she's buttoned up now. So now all we need to do see if she'll start. Yeah? Okay. Okay, so distributor's in. Everything's hooked up. Okay. So we'll just go around and jump in and see if she'll crank over and fire. Okay. Ignition. That seems to go pretty good. That little trick worked. I mean, I'm going to set the timing now and see. But she started up, and I think you could probably get home. You know, if you're out someplace, something like that happened, because you're pretty close to top dead center, because it was running before. So I'm pretty pleased about that. And she's popping, so we're good. So I'm going to set the timing. Y'all know how to do that. So if you don't, leave a comment below and say, could you show me how to set the timing? And I'll certainly do that. There's lots of people that showed that on TV, but again, maybe they forgot to show you something because we think how to do all this stuff, but I don't know. So I'm always on there finding out stuff, And it's always that little thing that I don't know, like how to put the point block in, and which washers to use, things like that. It seems like we're not shorting out, so that wire's good, that extra long wire. So I'd say that's a wrap. Thanks for staying with me. Y'all have a blessed day. Okay, folks. I thought I'd show you. I've just got the pin top dead center. Let's have a look over here and see what we got here. As you can see, it's a little bit retarded, like me. But there it is. It's pretty close. So that trick would work if you're out on the road and you had no way of putting that pin in there. You could, I don't know if that ever happened, but it gets you close, So when I put in because this is a rebuild engine and it's really tight, and I've only got probably 10 miles on it so far. So cranking this thing is it's not easy because it's tight. So this put it pretty close, so I knew when it was getting close to that I was getting close to the pin. So I could be more careful instead of having to do it softly all the way around. So it helps in two ways. Anyway, I thought I'd show you that. So we're gonna set the timing now and then give it another shot and see how she runs. Okay. Okay, so she died like that because I shut the gas off and I wanted it to drain the carburetor out because I don't know when I'm going to be taking her out again. So there you have it, folks. Frankie. It's a great little truck. So I got to get her registered in Texas before I can take her, drive her around a bit. But okay, you all have a blessed day.